Welcome back to the Willis Podcast. How you guys doing, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, we are here. I wasn't gonna do a show tonight, but I figured, hey, let's just go and push through it. Let's go and get it out. Let's go and get to it. Oh, let me get my lights on, man. I'm missing lights over here. That's what's going on. Damn, I was looking. Wait. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, we back. Okay, we got a show tonight. A good show for you. And it's not called this. It's called this. I got to change that title at the bottom. My apologies for that. Let me all right, let me just go and change it like this then. Because the show tonight is called Stupid and Rich Don't Go Together. Hmm, Let me copy. Let me grab a copy of this right here. Just real quick. I may have to put it somewhere else when I'm putting some stuff together. I'm gonna explain how, okay? But dig this: stupid and rich do not go together. And we're gonna get into it. I'm not gonna hold you too long tonight, but we're gonna have some very some good. We're gonna talk about this situation. See, dig this. Let me get the chat going. Let me get the chat going. I gotta remember to do that too. Show the chat. Show the chat. Yeah, so let's talk about stupid and rich don't go together. Let's talk about that. First of all, you really have to think about people with money. Stupid and rich don't mix, or do they? When money makes you blind, money can make you, money can make you foolish, man. It really can. Money can make you skip a lot of steps that you need to survive authentically within life and know how to interact with people. See what I'm saying? So, what the hell is this on my? Oh no! This gotta go, pimp. What is this? I don't like this. Anyway, these damn names up here. Where did they come from? Uh, I had to get that shit up off my screen. How do I get that shit up off my screen? Y'all might not be able to see it, but it's bugging me right now. Where the fuck did this come from? Anyway, let me see, where did this come from? Yeah, this need to go. Okay, I guess this. I don't know what the hell this is. Now it's saying student pay lines, some crazy shit. What the hell is this? Let me get this shit out of here. Come on, man, get this shit up out the. Ah, uh. Damn, move it. More options. Why is that shit on my screen? I think it's because it's it may be some shit that the chat uh with the chat come up. It may say things. I don't know. But anyway, let's just get through the show. That little shit is in the way. It's like making me let me just get to the show. Okay. Does money kill awareness? I would say it can. Or money can actually make you more aware if you have the time and it's the way your mind operates. But money in some instances, when you're dealing with maturity, you're dealing with different types of people. You can deal with people that are not even never had no money, so they don't know how to operate with it. Every time they get some money, they do something bad with it. Something unproductive, I would say. But we've been taught that rich means smart, successful, better. But what if I told you money can actually make you more disconnected, more blind, and yes, even more foolish? Yeah. Let's talk about why being rich might be one of the most dangerous positions a person can get in. Comfort allows you to never let stuff go. Comfort says, hey, man, I like being comfortable. I like being in this particular position, or you like having a particular status. So, which is, it's, people have circles, people operate, people want to be around people that are like-minded and, want that, want and like the same things that they like. Of course, these are there's nothing wrong with that type of behavior. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not it's not a crime. And the good part about it is when you do have money, you're allowed to be comfortable, but you're allowed to also, it's a harder position to be more aware because you're so comfortable. You can lose touch with reality. You can just, oh shit, I can kind of do what I want. But what if you have a devious mindset? What if you're rich? What if you're powerful, but you're extremely devious and you got a very disposition to people that don't have what you have? That's a little dangerous because then you feel like you can do things to people just because you have it and they don't have it. You can cripple them. You can harm them. You can hurt them. You can demean them, belittle them, dissipate them, make them disappear because they don't appease you so well. So being a person with money and the power to cover it up is an extremely dangerous human being because they can look at people less than them, damn, intimidate them, talk down upon them, treat them as if they're just nothing. And then sometimes they can get away with that type of stuff. That's what's crazy. They get away with it. They get away with the fact that this is what they feel like doing and how they want to move. Pay a couple of judges off, pay a few police officers, you got them on their payroll. So you're paying for your crimes, but you're paying people to cover their face. Oh, I didn't see that. That don't exist. It's a lot of that has been going on for a very long time. That's why the rich like being rich and they like being around rich people. It's for they can be or feel normal or feel a sense of competition. They don't like being around little people because they're like, it's a peasant. What do you eat? Potted meat? Like, goddamn, like, you really got to understand the mind of a rich person don't give a damn about no person that's beneath them. In some instances, I'm not saying all. You don't ever want to judge people as a whole. Like that. Come on. There we go. We back. All right, all right. Anyway, so let's talk about awareness versus comfort, reality versus insulation, and growth versus stagnation. See, when you are already rich, you're not really going to challenge you to a degree. You're not going to really give a shit about a lot because that's why in some instances people want to be challenged. So what do? They associate themselves with things that are going to challenge them, whether they're rich or not. So we're just talking perspectives, and we're talking what it takes when you do have some money, and when and versus those that don't have money. What's the difference? Some people are happier and very extremely happy with what they have. It's a mindset. Well, let's talk about wealth versus wisdom. Which would you have? Some people got money, so much money, but they are in bad health, extremely bad health. All that money and can't even really enjoy it because you're either too old, you didn't take care of yourself, you didn't eat right, you did a lot of enjoying things. You went up under the knife, got a lot of shit cut and shaved up off you. But you understand when you go up under the knife, you lose a little bit of something, man. You lose all that blood, things happen. You have to build yourself back up when you take those type of procedures, especially when you're older. And, some people, that's just how they feel like they want to be youthful. It's how they appear. And, it's a vanity, but also it may be a necessity psychologically. But rich people, they live and divulge in those ways of life so that they can feel and so I think so that they can actually feel I'm not rich, so I'm just looking. Everybody looks at rich people and say, oh yeah, they're rich. What does it take to do all? Hey. Who knows? There's different types of wealth and money, different types of stresses, different types of wealth. Wealth is extremely not what you would call a monolith. People make their wealth, gain their wealth, and distribute their wealth or spend their wealth how they feel uh, to do so. So, many people inherit luck into or exploit the system. Those are a lot of that's an elaborate forms of those are elaborate forms of wealth. Like the exploitation of systems. Yeah. I got rich over robbing some damn body. That's what they do. Some people get rich over robbing people. But people that are born into money versus people that built awareness. When you build awareness, it may not take that much money. You may take some money, but not as much money. But people that are extremely wealthy, they can make a hell of a lot more mistakes that they can pay their way out of than people like normal, common folk don't have a chance at. When your child has allegedly committed manslaughter, drove somebody into a tree, but you got a family, high power lawyer and everything. Not saying there's no grief involved, but you're not going to jail in some cases. But that's manslaughter. And if there were drugs and alcohol involved, something like that, but some people have money to extract their kid from that system. I can just pay that out. But justice is hard to come by these days. So you have to put yourself in a position to be just, extremely just. Because being unjust, you don't want to think about things that can happen to people that you love. Something unjust happens. That is it's heartbreaking. So let's get to some more points of interest. Success is one area. Intelligence is it the intelligence in life? Success in one area. Does it equal? Does it succumb to intelligence in life? Money can solve problems, but does it teach you how to think? I guess that's why they got so much AI going on. They're trying to learn how to think. That's probably what it is. See, money can't teach you how to think. I mean, in particular, take certain people that are in office and people. Look at the whole damn. Look at all the Congress people. There were. Money creates an extreme distance from reality. So when you got things and positions and you can kind of manipulate things just by the way you feel. Ain't that what Trump said? I can just manipulate shit on how I feel. Damn, it's cold blooded. These people are the type of folks that stop when they hear no. Like what? No. They live in a curated environment. They orchestrate everything. They curate everything. They point, move. You go. You do this. They avoid consequences. That's for damn sure. And see, that's why everybody wants so much damn money. That's the specific. They want to avoid consequences at all costs. But what consequences? Shit that you cause? How can you cause all this hell, but then want to avoid consequences? That's weird. But distorted perception of the world. You think the world is your oyster. You own everything in it. Oh, okay. Do rich people understand everyday struggles like grocery shopping? But surrounding themselves with yes people is not a good solution. It doesn't make you a good person because you surround yourself with a bunch of yes ass people. It's crazy. When nobody can tell you the truth, you start living in a lie. The whole thing is orchestrated. And it's because you are too fragile to admit the truth because you got so much money you can orchestrate. Wow. Struggles forces growth. Comfort can stop it. That's what we all need to understand. Struggle forces growth. When you're struggling, it forces you to grow out of your situation. But when you're comfortable, you no longer have a struggle. No pressure to evolve, no urge to reflect, no reason to question yourself. There's no urgency, and you just la di da, just going through fucking life. Whatever, it's okay, it's cool, like right. But some people grow because they have to. Others stay the same because they don't have to. They don't have to grow. So balance here is to make the show. You got to think about certain things. Money isn't evil, in particular. It's not evil. No. You can't. It's not evil. Unaware people with power are extremely dangerous. It's not the money itself. It's the person with it. It's the people with it. Money is an extreme amplifier of what's already in you, for real. If you're wise, you can build to help to elevate, strengthen things. If you're lost, you can destroy, mislead, and control. Money doesn't change you. It reveals who your ass really is. It don't change you. It just lets you know who you really are. It does. If you got rich today, would you grow or would you be stagnant? I'm talking about you can buy a house, cars, all that, but can you build on it? You can spend it real fast, but can you build on the shit? Can you set up a system to make it build something? Would you seek the truth or would you seek comfort? It makes it very personal. You know what I'm saying? You can't really judge the rich. You have to understand their position, how they got it. What's the history behind your money? How long have you had money? Now I see why you're at where you're at. You see the equation. Yeah. Being rich isn't a goal. Being aware is. Because money without awareness, just think. That's just powerful. That's just being powerful without direction. And that's where real problems begin. Power without direction. Ain't that how we got here today? Power without direction. For real? Think about it. Power without direction. It's wild, right? It's real wild. If you got a person in a suit sitting on a throne making money with a blindfold on, eyes closed, and just like, yeah, you just do this. That's what's going on. Rich and blind. I got it all. Yeah. I'm rich and stupid. Wow, okay. It's an observation. You don't ever want to hate rich people if you can have the opportunity to get rich, make some money. But you have to put yourself in a position to do so. You don't have to be so condescending. You gotta just chill with the illustrations, challenge your thinking. Think about what you would do if you had some money. Think about it. Everything's worth a thought. If it's important to you, it's worth a thought. So anyway, that's the show tonight. I told you I wasn't gonna hold you long. I was a man of my word. But stupid and rich don't mix. So if you get some money, at least invest in yourself so that you can have an experience and you can also leave a legacy. Hell, you might even be smart enough to leave something to your children. That's the show. I love you guys. I appreciate you tuning into the Realist Podcast. I'm going to do a short TikTok snippet just to show dedication, man. You got to do the work. So I'll holler at y'all. Peace. I love you guys so much. And guess what? You know the favorite part of the show. The will is yours. Stay cool, be easy, and remember, take care of yourself, man. Get some money. Don't fall apart. Stay true. Be easy. Peace.